Hello collective, welcome to the channel. It is September 6th, 2025, and we're back with another message. Checking in with Spirit to see what storyline they'd like to share with us. I hope you're doing well. Storyline for the collective, please, Spirit. Storyline for the collective. Storyline for the collective, please. In the central energy, King of Wands. In the challenge position, Two of Wands. In the subconscious, Queen of Cups. In the recent past, memories. Intentions and expectations. Page of Swords. In the near future. Two of Swords. The lens is being looked through. King of Cups. In the environment. The Star. I gotta get my markers out and put some a bra on there or something. Somebody mentioned the other day that their channel got locked for a week due to tarot nudity. I guess I better take care of that. Wouldn't want to get in trouble. We got the Ten of Cups here. And the outcome. Sun. So somebody's feeling bound, or somebody is being bound out of these, the strength of two together. They're under a strong illusion, probably the one that they were casting out onto divine love, and they're in fear because the truth is out. Divine Feminine knows the truth about these illusions. And we've got Queen of Pentacles dealing with abusers. She's putting the smack down. And there's a light being shined by the Empress, or perhaps there's attention being brought to the Empress. Perhaps the Empress is doing some research regarding everything that's going on here. And we've got a Page of Pentacles. Somebody might be doing magic to try to manifest some kind of a opportunity with you, but they're getting cut out and they're disappointed. The Power of Three is disappointed because they're getting left behind. They're getting left behind. The King of Swords knows the truth. He's got that big old Ace of Swords there. So the divine feminine, the divine masculine, they all are very clear-minded about what's going on. King of Wands, Guardian. So this is a protector. And the challenge is either some planning going on, some planning leaving home, traveling overseas, going to where you are. Love. Confession. And Queen of Cups here. So there's love. King of Wands is a guardian for the Queen of Cups in this new cycle. He's a protector of the new cycle for divine feminine. In the recent past, we've got nostalgia. And moving on. So you're moving on from the past, from the history, from the previous cycle. Something ending, something beginning. Those of you're moving on from those of the past. From what is familiar. Page of Swords here. So there's new ways of communicating, new ideas, challenges. Page of Swords is dealing with some challenges here regarding communication. They could be at a crossroads. You could have your boundaries up. There's some kind of difficult decisions being made. South Node water sign. You're avoiding a South Node water sign. King of Cups is here. He's love. He is love. Mercury retrograde. Going back, sending something back. Reviewing everything. The love of divine masculine is reviewing everything. We've got the star here. So there's rejuvenation, healing. You're in your purpose. Somebody lied. There's nobody lying. You're not dealing with any liars. So there's a renewal here. You're not, there's no liars present. This isn't a lie. This isn't too good to be true. You've got the 10 of Cups and the Sun here. So the King of Cups is honeymoon. Love of divine masculine is reviewing everything regarding these unions. We've got the rebirth with the Sun here. Divine masculine is a guardian for this divine love, for the divine feminine in this new cycle. It's all about, look, we got they'll be back. So there's a rebirth, all is well, they'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. King of Wands is making travel plans. There's a confession, something needs to be said. Manifest. They'll be back. So we've got a third-party enemy trying to manifest a relationship. This is a narcissistic gold digger. They could be affecting a pet's health with some freaking love spell. Trying to get into the mental body of you with this third-party bullpucky. Be patient. they're in the process of being let go. This could be an air sign that is at a distance. So you've got a rebirth, and you still have third-party enemies stalking you. You're protected by King of Wands, King of Cups. They're sending them back. We're not having any liars here. We're not having any threesomes. We're having long-term relationships, partnerships, man, woman. According to the cards. Now, it could just be the energy of masculine and feminine. Take it as it resonates. I know we have two-spirited people out there that aren't the actual, that they're not involved with these energies that were out there trying to flip the world. They're actually legitimate two-spirited people that aren't taking part in this destruction of divine love. So there's a difference. So we got the King of Wands here. He's guarding you. He's watching over this Queen of Cups. He's focused. You're wholesome. He's guarding you. You are wholesome. He's guarding you. You're wholesome. We've got the Two of Wands here. So there's some decisions being made regarding travel plans. There's a confession. We've got messenger. So there may be a confession coming in. Queen of Cups is here with a new cycle, and it's protected by this King of Wands. He sees her as wholesome. He sees her as wholesome perfection. He thinks she's perfect. Those of the history, those of the past are moving on, or you are moving on from those in the past who have brought you challenges in the mind. Yeah, so those who are horse playing around are moving on. Those in the history who are horse playing around in leadership roles are moving on. So those in the history who are horse playing around with leadership roles are moving on. We've got the Page of Swords here, communication and challenges. Communication and challenges. They're trying to figure out how to bring you new challenges. Their experience is self-care. So they got a lot of mental energy. They're feeling very restless. They're challenged with taking care of themselves. They got to get it together, man. They got to become something that is of a benefit to the world, not only to the world, but to a wife, to a husband. What do you bring into the table? Are you able to take care of yourself? If you can't take care of yourself, you certainly can't take care of anybody else. You've got your swords up, the Two of Swords here. You're not dealing with a South Node water sign. They could be, you could be avoiding them. They're important. This could be somebody who is important or seen as important. Somebody's horse playing around with leadership positions. The South Node water sign. Deadlock. We got the King of Cups and Mercury retrograde. He's reviewing everything. Be you. So the copycats. We've got Mercury retrograde. Those who are pretending to be you are going back. You're the star. You're not a liar. People who want to be sneaky with your personality, your identity, they're not allowed. And we've got justice. You've got divine love coming here. 10 of Cups, and there's a honeymoon. King of Cups, the love of divine masculine, is sending back all of your copycats. And you know, this is the 3rd day, and it's like, it's so strange. It's like their interference in my energy field has been significantly decreased. It's almost as though the nightmare has disappeared. There's still the curator and his interdimensional guides wherever they are. I have no idea if they're planetary or if they're out in through some dimensional doorway or something, but they're still present. But there's a lot that are not here. It's like you can sense the energy of your copycats. It's gone. Like there's no interference in the energy field. It's being cleared out. Absence. Total love and support, honeymoon, absent. It could have been somebody who was made absent. Somebody who these pretend leaders were trying to make absent, trying to leave. They were trying to exterminate the actual father. They were trying to exterminate the actual father. They wanted to continue abusing the mother and child. But we do have a reunion of divine love and a honeymoon soon with the one that they tried to make absent, the one they tried to exterminate, the actual divine masculine. We've got King of Wands here as a guardian to wholesome feminines. We've got the King of Cups returning your copycats. He's back. Divine masculine is back. We've got a rebirth of the sun, and then we've got they'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. This is somebody not necessarily from this lifetime. This could be somebody from previous lifetimes. These sneaky Petes have been siphoning the essence out of suns and stars for centuries in order to fuel their illusion. They were bragging about it, being very, very cruel about it. Perception. They'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. Perception. Haunted. So congratulations. It's like you dealt with this haunting very well. You were haunted, and there's a congratulations. You're a giant in this conflict. There were some explorers that were entertainers. They're not from this realm. They're from another dimensional reality, and they've been inhabiting flesh suits that look like you and me, but they're not you and me. They've been feeding, and they've been trying to destroy the divine masculine, the father. There is a reunion here with them. This ancestry that was involved with these explorers, or who got involved with these forces that were guiding them down a path of incoherence, are being made invisible. Perhaps they've been operating from an invisible space. They may have sold out and then built themselves a heaven or a utopia out of the stars and the sun's energy. But now that justice is being served and your copycats are out of here, this utopia or whatever they have built, this other dimensional reality where they're hiding at, they're in this invisible space. These ancestors, it's crumbling. Attention has been brought to this whole scenario because you're being remembered. You're a child of somebody's. You're a child of somebody. There's a driver here trying to spy on your location, the location of this creator or creatress. They may want forgiveness. This was prophesied, that the shining ones would rise and come together. We've got Bohemian and do nothing. It's like the Bohemian. They weren't willing to pack the lunches for the kids. They weren't willing to settle down on a stable foundation. They just wanted to dance and sing and party and frolic day and night. They didn't do anything. And now it's time. It's time for them to experience the hardship that they put you through, because there's a change on this spiritual throne. You're coming into yourself. You had a whole tribe here that was fighting with you, in competition with you. They wanted to be you. And they created drama for you. But you were able to preserve yourself through that. These vain people who were pretending, acting as though they were you, making visits to your body, harvesting your energy, doing baneful magic with your energetic signature. There's a new compass now for those who martyred you. Could be that that's their experience, because they're being disconnected from the real deal. From those who are as they are, there is a disconnect. The copycats are going back. They're going back to the beginning. You survived the academics of the witch. I'm not saying all witches are bad. I'm saying some of them are. Some of them most definitely are. And it's not because I think that they're witches. I think they're more of a demon, really. They're from the land of the dead, and they came in and inhabited a flesh suit. And they, in order to keep it from rotting, they had to eat the energy from actual the original bio form, right? The producer of the energy. Whatever suit they're in, it doesn't produce energy. They had to feed on those who actually do. They're going back. I heard a masculine, he was so mad. There's no effing energy. Wherever he went, there's no energy for him to harvest, to siphon, to do baneful magic with. He has to actually live from the reality of what he is, and offers his own circumstance, which obviously does not include energy or life. I don't know where they're at. But he's mad. There's no energy. You may not know fully this scenario. It may not be clear to you. You've got a guardian here. King of Wands is offering guardianship to the wholesome feminine. Now, I say feminine because there's a feminine on the card. Please do whatever you need to do with the gender. This is energy. For ease of storytelling, I use the genders on the cards. But it's energy, so there's that. You've got a guardian. Divine masculine is guarding the wholesome divine feminine. Soul tie. You may have a soul tie with this King of Wands. He's very passionate about you. We've got, in the challenge position, leaving home, making travel plans, confessing, telling you what has been going on. There's a messenger here. They may be trying to get you a message, confessing a message, longing for you. He might be dealing with somebody who wants to come forward and confess. But I don't think so. I think that's him. He wants to talk to you about what's actually been going on here. Queen of Cups is definitely in his mind. Something is ending and this something is beginning. He sees you as perfection. He's not letting anybody into your space. You're protected. Somebody loves you. Those people of the past who have been horse playing around with leadership roles have to move on. It's a waste of time. It's over. Because we've got a reunion here. They were horse playing around with leadership roles. There is a reunion between divine masculine, who these pretenders, these horse playing little lustful brutalizers, they had tried to eliminate the divine masculine. They wanted the father out of the home. They did not want the mother supported. They did not want they wanted those children to be vulnerable to identity theft. So we've got new ways of communicating here. There's a Page of Swords. Here, they want to learn. They're curious. They've got challenges with self-care. Soul contract. They could be having challenges getting connected to a feminine who takes care of themselves. They could be having challenges getting a soul contract. You've got your swords up, 2 of Swords. You're making difficult decisions. It's like, hello, we've got a South Node water sign, and who feels that they're important. This could be that horseplay with the leadership role. Deadlock. You may be avoiding them. They're in disagreement here. They're fooling around. They're fooling around here with a leadership position, pretending that they're important, but it's just child's play. They're not doing anything to benefit anybody. It's an act, and a bad one at that. They're in disagreement. King of Cups is sending people your copycats. So those people who want to be you, be in your position, steal your position, dress up in your energy, whether this is a masculine or a feminine, it's somebody who's been playing in your energy and perhaps has hijacked your leadership role in the previous cycle through some kind of a contract. They got a contract, they came in and they possessed the energy, and then they removed divine masculine from your life. But there's a reunion here. There's gossip. The divine masculine is sending back all of your copycats. There's gossip. You're the star. You're not a liar. Justice is being served. It's too late for them to take any action. It's time for justice. Divine love is here, 10 of Cups, and a honeymoon. There is a reunion with the absent father. We've got responsibilities, forgiveness. Try again. Never say when. There's a rebirth of the sun. They'll be back. We've got perception. Conversation. Perception. What's that perception card say? So they may have they'll be back. So it could be that so we've got a rebirth with the sun, the light is shining. It could be that those who had a limited perception, those who did not understand your perception, those who could not appreciate your perception of this shining 10 of Cups, star-filled divine union, Those who did not agree with your perception, it could be they were coming back. They want back in. They want to say, hey, maybe you were right. They want to have a conversation. They were fundamentally askew in their perception of you. What they were perceiving was not the truth. It was their version of the truth. Perception doesn't judge or blame anyone for having come to this conclusion. It only advises that the impression that's been formed has gone through a personal and emotional filter. It's collected the char of past experience, blended it with a soup con of current limitation, and then finished it off with a salty disdain of future potential. So those who could not understand your perception of reality, they were not on board. They thought that it was best to just leave you. Now we've got forgiveness, and now they want to come in and try it your way. I guess the question is, do you want to? Because they've caused a lot of damage with their absence, with their fooling around, with their frivolous, lustful, irresponsible ways. We have a new chapter here. You're entering into your destiny. We've got those who are guilty of copycatting you, they've missed their opportunity. These reflections, these mirror magic copycats are overwhelmed and stressed out. They did not appreciate the beauty of what self-love is. They were only focused on their habitual patternings regarding money. They were chasing after it, and they still are. Unfinished business. Everything that they have held secret is coming back on them. Everything that they did in secret is coming back on them. They're confused and broken. They really thought that they had it. They had hoped that they would get your eternal love by screwing their way to the top. But the way you love is irreplaceable. It's not just an F-fest. It's a little more serious than that. The shadow side is being held back. Third parties are detached. The prideful are found unworthy, and they're in regret because this is an unexpected outcome. They don't know what to do. They can't separate you from your commitment to faithful, loyal, long-term, devoted love. They're unsatisfied, reminiscing about all the shit they did to hurt you in the past, how fun it was. They joked about it. It was great. They bragged. And that's the truth. You have an understanding of what the truth really is. These liars are running. They want to escape by mending their connection to you. They made mistakes when they decided it was best to neglect you, and now they sabotage their own damn self. So you do have, King of Wands is guarding you. You're wholesome. You're in a soul tie. You're his Queen of Cups in this new cycle. He's not letting anybody into your space. King of Cups is sending back all of your copycats. It could be the King of Wands in his King of Cups energy. This love is sending back all of your copycats. You're the true star, and there's no lie about it. Justice is being served here. It's time, and they can't do anything about it. There is a reunion for a total loving and supportive foundation, a honeymoon with the absent father. There's forgiveness, and there's a coming together with the responsibilities. Now, there was a lot of magic done, a lot of separation magic. They had layered the divine feminine in blame and shame. They were doing baneful orgy magic. They would harvest energy, do this kind of stuff energetically, and then come back with the energy and place it back on the divine feminine. So they were dressing her up and fouling her energy with this. And that's the dangerous thing about intimate union outside of contract, is that whoever your partner is sleeping with or toying with, they're bringing all that foul energy into your field, and so it dresses you in it, whether you're participating or not. And some of these people that had hijacked your leadership status, horse playing around, they contracted with you in a previous life and then sacrificed you into a life where there's no masculine. While they draw it off of your energy, dressed themselves up in it, and called themselves important. This South Node water sign, whoever that is. King of Wands is here with guardianship for the wholesome divine feminine. There is a soul tie, always connected. It could be secret, hidden, meaning this is your guardian angel. You may not know the face, but you probably most definitely feel the presence. There's travel plans, confession, messenger, I am always longing for you, and empty cups. So he's dealing with the empty cups that want to be you. It looks to me like he's taking confessions. Anybody who is trying to travel toward you is going to confess. The empty vessels, they're confessing. He's guarding you and your soul tie. He's getting confessions from anybody who's pretending to be you, trying to step in as you. You are the star. They know the truth of it. You're not a liar. You haven't been lying. But you still got these copycats that are trying to come in and be you. So you've got divine masculine here, looking at that very carefully, getting their confessions and then sending them back. They are not allowed in your space. They're an empty cup. They have nothing to offer. They have lost. King of Wands sees you as perfection. You're getting this new cycle, and these ones are not getting in your space. They have lost. So those in the history who were horse playing around with your leadership role have to move on, because there is a reunion here. Divine masculine, divine feminine, and we're not playing games with love. This is serious business. There's a page here trying to find out how can he communicate. He's got a lot of mental energy. He's got some challenges regarding self-care or finding some feminine who takes care of themselves so that they can get a soul contract. He needs a... And it's been a rough road. It's very rocky. Perhaps this is a Page of Swords who presented challenges for somebody's ability to take care of themselves in a soul contract of the past. Intentions, expectations. So now it's going to be rocky for them. They're going to have challenges finding somebody who takes care of themselves. They're going to have to take care of their own self. The lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. He's going to have to deal with the challenges that he presented self-caring people in a soul contract. He gave them a real rough road. He's going to have to go learn how to do that. We've got your swords are up, difficult decisions. You're not dealing with the South Node water sign, or they have some, you're avoiding them. They're self-important. They think they're important. They're in disagreement. You're not having any anxiety about this. You know exactly what they're going to do. There's no love in them. King of Cups is sending back your copycats. People are talking about it. They're gathering confessions and then sending them back. They're in ruins. This says, the things you no longer need are falling away to make room for the love you deserve. So your copycats are being evicted out of the territory. You're the star. You're not a liar. You're not lying. Nobody's lying. This isn't a lie. This is the absolute truth. You are the star. You're the healer. You're the rejuvenator. Everything you touch turns to gold. Everything you touch is revitalized. Justice is coming for you, and it's time. And it's too late for these ones to do anything about it. You're being very fierce, or there is somebody who is very fierce regarding you. This is fierce justice on behalf of the Ten of Cups Divine Love Union. There is a honeymoon with the absent father. There is forgiveness, and we've got responsibilities regarding family. Take care of the financial needs. Take care of the emotional needs. The Father is back, delivering justice. So, yeah. Somebody wants forgiveness. They're reaching out. They broke their promises regarding love. They want forgiveness. They want to come forward and be responsible now. You weren't lying. You're the real deal. They're delivering justice. They got it all wrong. They hurt you. There's a rebirth. They had a very limited perception. They want to come back around. Try again. There's a conversation here. They want to actually get married and have a long-term phase. We're grieving. Conversation, it didn't work out the way they had planned. And you're leaving. You're leaving. And these ones have a long road ahead of them where their emotional and material needs aren't going to be met because they were being very childish, and they have to face it. You're tired of dealing with this. You deserve a break. They've been burning you over and over and over again, setting you up with proper words of love, you know, love bombing, being super sweet. And once they get you on the end of that hook, they start jerking you around with that hook, pulling you here, pulling you there, feeding on you. This is a weed seed who did this to many flames, and they are crushed because they've been found guilty. They did not see this coming. This is over. It's ending, and they're going to be alone because you escaped. You escaped. They were tempted by the snake. They fell into this crazy drama. They thought that this was the way to go, and now they're drowning in the dark side. Their whole life is crumbling and in pieces, and they can't untangle themselves from this web of neglect that they spun for you. They're struggling and looking for an exit plan. They're at a distance. Things are very hard for them right now. They want forgiveness. All these notches in the freaking headboard, man. They got to plead for forgiveness. So, your King of Wands is here protecting this wholesome soul tie. Queen of Cups. In this new cycle, these ones lost you. King of Cups is returning. Mercury retrograde, all of your copycats. But justice is being served here. There's no line, can't lie. You are the star. But you, in the hopes and fears, somebody's hoping for a Ten of Cups honeymoon, absent father. They want to come in and be responsible. It's like whoever this was, it's like they chose somebody else. Perhaps a copycat. I mean, they might have got sucked in by the illusion last cycle. It was very well done. And you know, people in this world can write a wonderful fantasy. They can make it the most wonderful thing ever. And if you're just playing a role and building an illusion, you can really do it. But if you're serious about being total love and support. That includes the good, the bad, the ugly, as well as the beautiful. It's not going to be pretty all the time. And these ones had a limited perception of you because you are the all that is, the 7 directions: north, south, east, west, upper, under, center, good, bad, ugly, beautiful. You are a well-rounded wheel, and you keep turning. And these ones, they didn't get it right last time, obviously. They were just horseplaying around, pretending to be leaders, while you were actually out here overcoming challenges on your own, without a masculine support or protector. You weren't lying about anything. And so while they were out there playing about being important, you were actually out here doing and being important. So now it's like you've been recognized. There might be some kind of secrets that you may not know everything for certain. There's those interdimensional psychological doorways that when a soul or a spirit, apparently I googled it, goes through it, it causes memory loss. And people that have been here for thousands of years have been cycling through birth and death for a number of lifetimes, and each time they walk through that psychological doorway, they lose the memory, they lose the purpose, they lose the intention. Why am I here? And then they're dragged into this scene of absence again. So there could be a secret. You may not know everything. You are guarded, though. You are being protected. You're seen as wholesome. I got these upside down. You're in a soul tie with this King of Wands, Queen of Cups. Whether it's in the seen world or in the spiritual realm. It might be in the spiritual realm because it's secret. Marriage. This could be your spiritual spouse. It's a sweet love. He's taking confessions from those people who are daydreaming of being you. Their cup is empty. They're getting returned. It could also be that he's making travel plans to come near you to confess to you what has really been going on here. He might confess that he saw it differently. There might have been a different idea. I heard misjudged you. So, somebody who's daydreaming about being you has an empty cup. They're not getting your destiny. This King of Wands is taking confessions from anybody who tries to come in and replace you. And then he's sending them back with an empty cup, because they are an empty cup. They're not stealing your fate, your soul tie, your marriage. Also, there was a song, I sang it. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care what they say about you. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care what they say about you. There's been a lot of slanderous lies, but you aren't a lie. Your shine cannot lie. You are a producer of this energy. You are a healer. Everything you touch turns to gold. It's very obvious. You embody the essence of the sun. There's no lying about it. all these copycats, they're not you because they don't produce the same energy that you do. They can dress up in a harvested energy, but they cannot produce it. So when there's a test and you have to shine brightly, and they're out there shining brightly, it can start out like it's pretty similar light, right? But the more intensely you shine your brightness, the more they burn up of their harvested energy, and it's wasted, and pretty soon it fizzles out, and they can't shine because it's not coming from inside. Your shine is not a lie. You're the real deal. Queen of Cups coming into a new cycle. It's protected by this King of Wands. He thinks you're perfect. Somebody has lost access to your space. Whoever this is that was daydreaming about you, they're not coming into your space. They've lost access. They've lost with their strategy. Whatever strategy they were employing, it has caused them a failure. Those of the history that were horse playing around with your leadership role or in a leadership role have to move on, because there has been a reunion between divine feminine and divine masculine, and you're not playing games with love. This isn't a game. This is very serious. We've just come through a horrendous cycle where nobody gave a crap about loyalty. So we've got justice for the bright shining stars and suns. For those who have connections to source and whose ideas, the creator's intellectual property flows through this receiver here, and then you bring it into the world with these wonderful ideas as a bright and shining star and sun. You are reunited and justice is being served here. The copycats are going back. Page of Swords is here having challenges with self-care. There's a soul contract that he made rough and rocky, or maybe he is going to have to overcome challenges regarding self-care in a soul contract because he made it rocky for you. You triumphed. It could also be that he's looking for new ways to communicate. He's experiencing challenges regarding finding a feminine who is able to take care of herself and getting a soul contract. It's been a rough road for you, but you overcame it. You triumphed. So this could be a Page of Swords who speaks the truth. He's eager to communicate with somebody who actually appreciates beauty in the world and has overcome challenges regarding self-care. Take it as it resonates. I mean, he might be looking for that perfect one that has triumphed here over a rocky road that he can get a soul contract with. If he has done the same, and anybody who's moving forward now has overcome severe challenges by these copycats. So you've triumphed over this rocky road. Whoever's throwing magic at you or who is doing magic, trying to bind you, they're bound to those commitments. You have triumphed over that. You've got your swords up, you're making difficult decisions, or there's got to be some difficult decisions made by a South Node water sign, or you're just avoiding them. They feel as though they are important and they're in disagreement here. You're not having anxiety regarding this. You're not having anxiety. They're sick. They're sick. You may know they're sick. They may be diseased. They may feel weak. Whatever magic they put out on the board here is coming back to them. Stopped. They're being stopped. Them trying to make people sick and bind them is being stopped. That's what magic. They were using magic. This person built themselves. This is a South Node water sign. You're avoiding them. They got to make some decisions. This is a self-important person who is doing magic, binding people. They thought they were important. They're in disagreement here. You don't have anything to worry about. this person who is making people sick, or this person who is sick, is being stopped. They're bound to all that magic that they've been doing, trying to make themselves appear important. Because you're ready, because you're prepared in the mental body. Look, you're okay and you're stable through all of these disturbances that they were sending to you magically. So because you're okay, now they're sick. They're getting sick. They're bound to that contract. Divine Mother said, be prepared, they won't survive. I don't know why they keep doing magic, except they've been doing it for centuries and it's been successful, and maybe it's just a genetic kind of an ingrained habitual pattern. I don't know. But we've got Divine Masculine here, King of Cups, sending back those copycats who are pretending to be you. There's gossip. Everybody's talking about it. The things you no longer need are falling away to make room for the love you deserve. You've reached your goals. The illusion was thick. You know, you saw a dream, a perfect angelic dream. Oh, it's so perfect, right? But what about the beast? The wolf, the gray wolf, the white wolf, or the good wolf, the bad wolf, whatever, you know? You can't starve one, because then you go all lopsided. And if the one comes up hungry, then it's going to devour everything. You actually have to tend to all of your spaces and places. And it's not pretty all the time. Sometimes it looks really bad. And it's very challenging. It's not easy. Pretend playing, horse playing around, you know, rather than actually doing the hard work. And then not letting your ego blow up, you know, when you make a mistake, or when somebody criticizes you for failing. You know, you get up and you keep trying, and you shine brighter, and you learn a little more. And dealing with this magic coming at you has just made it even harder, but you triumphed over it. Vow. So the star is not a liar. You can't lie about the shine that's coming from inside of you, that's flowing through you, source connected. Justice is happening on your behalf, star. It's time. And it's too late for them to take any action. It's very, very aggressive out there right now. There's a whole lot of fierceness. You got a big old lion here who's being fierce. Vow. Spirit, so you got the vow with spirit. You're giving gifts to spirit. You're vowing together. This is a partnership. This is very, very serious. You're not playing. Even in the most dire times, when everything is so horrible and you're sure that it's just gonna, if you can have hope, you know. Sometimes things seem hopeless. So we learn to be patient in that energy, right? To grow and expand our own ability to stay settled in an energy that seems hopeless. It's most challenging. Especially when there's an absence of a responsible divine masculine. Especially when you got all these horse playing leaders out here, or people who want to pretend to be a leader of a home, a leader of a business, and they're cruel, you know? I mean, and you're out there dealing with it without anybody to protect you. But now you've got it. You've got this guardian King of Wands protecting this new chapter, keeping everybody out of your space, and King of Cups is sending back all your copycats. Fiercely. Justice. Ten of Cups, divine love. Honeymoon. There is, it looks, forgiveness. Responsible families. Absence. Somebody wants to be forgiven. They're reaching out, trying to connect, but love is eluding them. They broke all their promises. You've got a new divine love here, and the ones from the past are reaching out, trying to grab a hold of you. They gave you challenges here, that you had to overcome. And so you've entered into a new union. You've been reunited with somebody who does not play games with love. This could be somebody from a past life. This story could be grand. The past is reaching out for you while you're stepping into the new. The new is protected, but be aware of this attempted infiltration. They're grieving. Look, there's research here and evidence. There's investigation. So investigate. Don't jump on board with anything, you know, because you've got people here trying to apologize. But there's evidence of what they have done. It could be that there's evidence of what they did to keep this person away from you. There could be evidence of what they did to keep this person away from you. You've been reunited. All is well. There's a rebirth. Somebody with limited perception, they'll be back. Wants to talk, they're grieving. So they're going to come in. They did not understand. They're going to come back. They want to have a conversation. They're very sad. They want to apologize. They want forgiveness. But we've got death. It's over. It's over. You and your friends are coming into a reward. This is the conclusion of this. You're coming into the fruits of your labor. And these ones are protesting out here because you have real estate, the land, the business, the home, the partnership that does not play games with love. You take very seriously the foundation of love and support for these shining stars and suns that come forth from the womb. It's important to you that you remain strong, you know, within your family unit here in the seen world, but also with Source, you know, and your spiritual support system. Long ago, Spirit was quite upset. Before I started sharing my tarot reads here, they said, there's more coming from this side of the apple. And so I was urged silently to learn how to do this, and then I was urged silently to share it with you. So I got involved. Somebody is furious about this eternal love. You got eternal love protected passionately by King of Wands. Emotionally by King of Cups. They're fighting. Everybody they collaborated with is fighting with each other. They want to compromise here. They're all stressed out because you have inner peace. You love yourself and you care about family and the children. And it's so obvious. You're not a liar. You're a high value person. And these ones who were causing illusions are just party animals, irresponsible, horse playing with leadership roles. They're worried. They don't know what to do. There's danger here. These prideful people are stubborn. They don't want to hear it. They're very arrogant. But it's on the schedule. They're losing. They're losing. They're being rejected. They're going through withdrawals. This is a dominator. They could be using prayer work in that attempt to bind people with magic so that they can appear important. It's being stopped. They're sick. Disappointed. Maybe when you were alone, they didn't, they thought they left you alone. They siphoned everything out of you. They left you in misery and covered you in the blame and the shame of these magic, defiling, degrading, transference of sin kind of crap, So But you were never alone. The hand of God reached down and pulled you up out of this mess, and now they're frightened because you have earned a lot of merit, and you are the blessing. You are the blessing. You've reached your goals, and you're coming into eternal love with family that actually loves family. Now these ones, they didn't choose family. They didn't choose spirit divine. I mean, they left you alone and they thought you were alone, but you just got closer to God, Mother, Father, the earth. And now these ones are being separated by you or from you, and they're overwhelmed by these curses that they layered you with. It's all going back. Everybody who wanted to be you and cursed you there, it's all going back. These disturbances. So they sent you a bunch of disturbances, but you're okay. You're stable in the head, in the imagination, but they're not. That's all going back on them. And if it hasn't yet, those who took a bribe to do this to you got to get ready for it. Because you're relaxed and you're getting a new family tree here. 10 of Cups, very soon. Divine Masculine is coming back into your world. The illusion is broken. And those who are working against you to bring natural disasters to eternal love, to you, to everybody else who is coming into this beautiful love, they're in a nightmare. They're in a freaking nightmare because your alliances are bringing it. Your ancestors, your otherworldly alliances, they're bringing it. They're bringing it. So, that's that. I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here. I hope that it brought clarity to something that you already intuitively knew. And I will see you on the next one, everybody.